So I saw a thing that said Revelation 21:7. It said, "He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and he will be my son. I will be his God, and he will be my son." Something to that degree. And god damn it, dude. And then if you look it up on Google, it'll be like, oh, he who has faith, and we can go through all these trials by faith in Jesus Christ. And it's like, but nobody knows what that fucking means. It's like, Jesus Christ is a representation of the self, the highest self. The faith that if I continue to do my best, that I will overcome, and then thus I will be, that I will overcome, and then I will be, and I'll inherit all things. But what is all things? Exactly. Is it money? Is it power? Is it fucking the new car? Is it whatever it is? And those things might come along, you know what I mean? You might get like this, you might get that, but that's not what it's referring to. Referring all things as being peace, joy, happiness, contentment, the ability to withstand struggle, the ability to go through whatever the fuck it is that you need to go through. You know what I mean? And then through that is like, even when the bad shit comes, you know in your heart that even if it's shitty as fuck, right? And even if it's terrible, you know what happens? You kind of laugh at it. You're like, even if it's bad, it's great. And that is the inheriting of all things. And then I will be his God, and he will be my son. Yes, of course. Because the God that I understand it to be is the highest purpose that anyone could achieve. Jesus Christ is a representation of the self within the self, like the physical embodiment of it, right? The physical embodiment of the ideal in the man form. And the Holy Spirit would be the representation of what is the enactment within each of us. Like what would be, for instance, like for me, I like to lift weights and shit, right? I like archery, I like a lot of that kind of shit, right? Like that's just me, my cat. So that kind of shit, right? That's the fucking ticket, dude. Like that's like all of it's clear, bro. And then it's like, and I'm a man who has that ability because it's like I've been through all the shit, dude, and I am the one to be like, look, I've been through the most shit, and I'm not the one to be like giving you excuses why the fuck I can't do it. I'm not the one to give you excuses why the fuck. I'll be like, motherfucker, like, no matter what's going on, like I kind of laugh at it, get beat up, keep rolling forward. You know what I'm saying? That's the ticket. And God, there's freedom in that. Freedom. Well, inherit all things. Freedom. The things that actually fucking matters. All things that matter. Because a man can have every car, every fucking this, every that. Have all these models, all the things that don't matter. Like, I mean, that's cool. But when you get down to the meat and potatoes of it, you find out that that's not cool. Like, that's all superficial bullshit. It's like what you want is actual things that matter. Jesus said, lay up your treasures in heaven where moth and rust can't corrupt and where thieves can't break through steel. Don't lay on earth where moth and rust. And then it's the same thing, like ditto, right? And what that is implying is that, like, if you think that all this outside shit, whatever it is outside of yourself, is going to make you happy, is going to satisfy you, is going to fucking give you peace and give you this and that, you'll be sorely mistaken. There's more and more and more. It's dopamine, dude. And it's just like everything is, every dopamine is drugs or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's dopamine, bro. And the more you get of it, the more you'll want of it. And then after you follow this thing down to the end of the fucking road, you'll find that it did not bring you anything more than you had at the beginning. And all these tests and trials and everything else that's going through, that is exactly what teaches you. And when you can't get it, the immense frustration, the fucking, why is it this way? The immense, it's not fair feeling. But you continue forward because you don't have a fucking choice. That is when you inherit all things. You could have nothing and inherit everything. Man who has everything has nothing. That's not always true. But it also says in the Bible that it's easier for a fucking camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get to heaven. And what they're saying, a rich man, that was implying was that a man who had a bunch of wealth and finding peace and happiness, freedom, joy, that's heaven, nirvana, the island, the big boat to get the island, Mahayana Buddhism. And the Holy Spirit is the boat in that analogy. It's what gets you to the island. And everybody's spirit is different. The whole spirit. A holy means the whole of. Like, it just means of. So it's like, you have it's just so stupid. It's like they should have been, the holy man should have just been WH, not H. Because as soon as we do that, we as human beings completely miss the connection of just that simple fucking thing, because we say this word, because words are reality in most fucking people. They really think a tree is a tree. They really think a phone is a phone, a cat is a cat, a human is a human. Like, it's so stupid. It's like the words are not the reality, but then we're like, so that I am this person. I am Mike. I am whoever the fuck that I say that I am, because these words, these sounds are reality. But if sounds were reality, then we would all have to speak the same language, because they have to be all the same noises that imply the same reality, right? But that's not true. We all have different languages all over the world, but then you get up the word fucking library, you get a biblioteca, you get a fucking whatever other ones, but it's all different sounds that imply the same thing, which means that these sounds are not the reality, but only implications of. Correct? And that's the problem. But Revelation 21:7 said that the man who overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son. And that's the fucking ticket. I'm so glad I saw that. It's like different. It's like, the Bible is so dumb if you can't fucking read it. And you listen to these fucking psychopathic fucks who have taken the fucking religion and they have fucking twisted it, because it's like, religion is a platform for psychopathy. It always is. Like, literally, like, let me just, because what is the baseline of psychopathy? Baseline of psychopathy is power, influence, fame, all this other shit. And if I can get that with the name of fucking God, and that I am the representation of God himself, because that's what it is. That's what people are, because like, he knows more than me, but he's a representation. He's a holy man. Bitch, you ain't holy at all. You ain't even yourself. You're not yourself. You're not pure. Blessed are the pure of heart. Pure. Right and wrong. It doesn't matter. You are yourself, like, right or wrong, like, motherfucker. You're just gonna be unabashedly yourself, bro. That is a pure person. That is a holy man. Like, that is the ticket. That is it. And it's like, a man who has done that will tell you wise things. Like, he will tell you the fucking way of life, because he's fucked up. He's made mistakes. He's learned from these mistakes. He's continually learning, and he's applied himself. And he might not be this, he might not be that, but god damn it, he's himself. And then there's wisdom in that. He'll be like, bro, just be yourself. And then he'll be good at shit. He'll be like, he'll just have this fucking mystic. That's the mystic, bro. That's the one. He has things about him that just fucking stands the fuck out, dude. Whatever it is. And he's just really fully himself. That is a holy man. That's a holy man. It's not somebody who rides on about fucking religion and shit. In fact, if somebody's really doing all this shit and using it as, and then you're judging everybody else, it's like literally the third commandment. Just don't use the Lord's name in vain. And then it'll be like, and of course that has to be twisted by the psychopaths, because if it's not twisted, then anybody with a fucking brainstem would be like calling them out, and then they could not use this literature, so they have to twist it. They twist it and say, no, it's like, don't say God damn it, Jesus Christ, and shit like that. Like, That's taking the Lord's name in vain. No, 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 no. If I use the Lord's name for my vanity, which means if I come up to you and say, yeah, I'm a man of God, look at me, blah, 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 I'm so much better than you. And then I just continue to ride on with this motherfucker. And what I found with the people who dogmatic Christians, most of them are doing that. And so then they are missing the fucking point completely, and they have abused and abused the religion for their own vanity as a representation that they are God on some low-key shit. Decent rant, huh? Man, oh man, dude. We need to read the Bible more. It's like, if you have a good ticket about life itself, and you read the Bible and you understand that Jesus is like the fucking physical embodiment of the best version of yourself, and then the Holy Spirit representation of the fucking Dharma in Buddhism, like the methodology of becoming that, and the physical embodiment, and then God is the fucking archetype of like the best you could possibly be ever. That's like, and it's like it's like the beyond. It's like the whole. There's not even really like a fucking. It's just like this abstract, like the best version of yourself, like whatever the fucking Jesus was. There was that, and then Jesus came in to show you that even in the worst of whatever the fuck, he continued to do whatever he needed to do. Like, think about it. He got betrayed by one of his best friends for 13 pieces of silver. He got sold out. He got sold out for like a rapist and murderer, Barnabas. And then then he got betrayed by Paul, who was he was the down ass motherfucking best friend, dude. And Paul was like, I would never do that to you, bro. I would never betray you. So he'll do it 3 times by the Rooster Bros, right? That was like terrible. Like his best friend sold him out, dude. To get hung on a cross. It wasn't just like, oh, they sold him out for fucking stupid shit. They sold him out to get hung on a fucking cross, which is like the most horrific, like it was designed to be the most horrific way to die. Excruciating way. It was like one of them. Crucifixion. And then you gotta think about this dude, like, think about it, it's just unabashedly yourself. Dude, he said he slept with a whore. He also said that he showed her love or whatever. My dude. And then you have like, then it's like you gotta think of it. His mom, dude. Think about it, bro. Like, just think about this. I don't give a fuck if you're reading it. Like, just think about it. Think about if your girlfriend, you're chilling there, bro. You're just chilling like a villain, whatever the fuck. You haven't had sex with her yet, and all of a sudden, you know what happens? She goes, Joseph, I'm not racist to you, but I'm pregnant. And he's like, what? Like, what? Like, we haven't had sex. Like, I know where babies come from. I know. Trust me, I know. I've been trying with you for a long time. We've been together, like, you know, all this other shit. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, so God came to me in a dream. Just think about this. Your girlfriend comes here. Yeah, like, I'm pregnant. Wait, bitch, we didn't have sex. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, you know what? God came to me in a dream. He touched my stomach and he said, you're going to give birth to the Messiah. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, what? Bitch, what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, can you imagine what you would do? Like, anybody, ever, what you would say? You'd be like, bitch, you're, what? And then you'd be like, fuck you. And then the story goes that he had a dream. He was like, okay, yeah, like, it's gonna be your kid, like, whatever, fuck. So then he's like, all right, so this mom, like, think about it, the pathological lying it would take to fucking do this. Like, you have to think about this as a human being. Like, we're all humans. You gotta think about this as, like, the human experience. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that he's a demigod and he's, like, above it. The whole point of the story was that you're supposed to breed it as a human experience. Like, so you can relate, right? So even from that beginning, you would sit there and be like, what? You know what I mean? Fucking women, dude. Jesus Christ. And then, Jesus Christ. And then fucking, so then you go on. And all of a sudden his son, named Jesus, no matter what was said, he's like, all right, bro, like, just trying to work it out with this girl, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know, like, wedlock, whatever the fuck it was back in the day, but Jesus Christ, there's no way in fuck that nobody would just get down with that and be like, yeah, God came in and we have the Messiah. Like, fuck it. There's no way in fuck that would ever go down. Like, anyway, so then, even if it did, like, think about this. So then he's like, okay, that's fucking not my son. And he's a carpenter, so he's a blue collar dude, hard working guy. Back in the day, carpenter wasn't like, oh yeah, power tools. It was like, think about it, you got fucking like just like hand planers and shit like that. Like you everything's like fucking nails and like probably just wood nail. It was wood nails back in the day. I would imagine like all that shit. Like it would be very tough. And so then the son comes along and he's like, that's not my child. He doesn't even look like me. What the what? And so like, yes, he really raised a child, but there's always that resentment towards the child himself, right? And this goes back to the beginning of the video. That his father, and think about how they were back in the 50s, just in the 50s, dude, the children could beat the fuck out of them. They didn't give a fuck. They were like, you don't get to say anything. You are not my equal. None of that shit. And in fact, like, my father told me that his fucking parents, like, only said they loved him a couple times. And that seemed to be a commonality, dude. And so imagine, that was the 50s. Imagine 2,000 fucking years ago, like, how it was. It was probably, dude, just get beat the fuck out of for everything. And then it's like, that's not even my kid. So, like, he's getting beat the fuck out of, like, on a regular basis for not, and everything he does is not right because that's not his son. Right, Stink. You have something to say? Stink. Anyways, Stink had to put the little input in. Then, so this goes on, and then he's like fucking dude, and that's all he's like just getting like completely like really abused, and his mom's a lying pathological fucking whore, and it's just crazy, dude. If you really read it, and then fucking, then it's like wow, and then all of a sudden he runs away at like 13. And he says, I was just being with my father. Because, yeah, fuck that. Like, that's what happens. You're like, I'm big enough. Like, I'm strong enough. Like, I'm getting the fuck away from this. This is not healthy for me. Like, this is abuse. They find him near the church. And they're like, where were you? I was with my father. I was just following my purpose here. Following the spirit. And then it's like, they're like, don't drink, don't do this, don't do that. It's like Rich turned water to wine. And I'm talking to somebody and they're going like, I remember having a conversation with some dogmatic Christian chick and she's going like, fucking, dude, and I was like, yeah, when I explain this, I'd explain like he turned water to wine, like, because we were talking about drinking. And then, like, she's like, I don't drink, Jesus did. I was like, yes, he did. He turned water to wine. Like, what are you talking about, dude? And it's like, it's one thing to get out of your mind drunk. Yeah, it's another thing to like get just buzzed up. And that's totally different, right? And then, anyway, so then I'm like, what? And then I was like, it's turned water to wine. The whole point is that it's like, dude, to do what it is. He's even like drinking wine with his buddies and shit. Having a good time. Living life, bro. And it's like, and every part of the story is just like he walked on the water. Water's always a representation of chaos in mythology. And so as he walked on the water, it meant Stoic philosophies because it's a story of masculine principle. And so it's also a story going against corrupt government, which the whole Bible literally is that. Most of the Bible is literally going against a corrupt government. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Paul, all of the story with Paul was to stand up for what's right and against the tyrannical government because that is a fundamental fucking thing. And the Bible also talks about we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against leaders of darkness in high places and stuff. Right, which goes to psychopathy and then fucking everything else because it's like literally you have government and you have religion and both things are a platform for psychopathy. So of course they get you twisted and used and abused. And if you think about the Vikings, like The Norse mythology or any really religion, what they'll say is that if it follows the agenda of the government itself. It doesn't follow the fucking. It's weird. Every single one. It's sort of a warmongering society. Of course, the religion is going to follow a more warmongering thing. It's going to be like literally like if you die in battle, then you'll go to Valhalla. And so then, of course, then you're indoctrinated your whole life into this fucking thing, and that's all you know, and everybody else is about it, and fucking that's the only way. Then yes, of course, that's what you'll do. That's what they do. It's psychopathy. It's like because every single person, like knows the fundamental basis of human nature. Like we all do. It's like go achieve, become all you can be, and as a child, you feel this. When it becomes a lot of work, you get told like this, you get told like that, what it means to be okay, what it's not, and we lose it. And then we still have it, but it just gets warped and twisted. And it's up to you to wake up. It's up to you to wake up and make your own decision, right? But, and that's why this society, even in Buddhism, it's like, just sit there and just meditate and then let butterflies fly around you and hurt nothing. Don't eat meat. It's like Buddha died from eating rotten meat. What the fuck? Rotten pork. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't eat meat. It's like, yeah, weaken yourself. Don't eat meat. Like, fucking don't eat what your physiology is designed to eat. So that way you're weaker. Your testosterone's lower. Like fucking everything else. Like, of course, dude. Like, you know? And then if you think about the old school Buddhists, they were like literally fucking samurais and shit, dude. Like, and they were fucking like out killing people. And then they were out like literally just fucking, and then it was like no emotion, no nothing, pure stoicism above your emotions. Jesus also called him a storm. The storm is clearly a representation of chaos, and he was angry, and that's a symbol of anger, or that kind of emotion. Guess what? Call him the storm. When he was like, I'm done. I'm done being angry, right? Good luck doing that when you're raging. Good luck. Especially fucking... what else happened? Raise people from the dead. Yeah, that's exactly because it's like somebody who wasn't awake is already just a dead man walking. Like they could be live for 100 years and never even know life once. Maybe they did as a child that died out, and they're just going through the motions. They're just like, this is this, and this is that. Like there's like, wow, and my whole life sucks ass because I don't even fucking do anything I like to do. I just go through, and I don't even know what I want to do, and it's a lot of work. So that I seek fucking hedonistic, trivial, fucking instant gratification pleasures to fill my fucking needs. But the reality is that they never do, and I'll just endlessly seek it. That's literally drug addiction and shit. It's like 100%. It's like. It's it. Made the blind see. Exactly. Exactly. You have somebody, it's like literally if you're just like blinded by fucking like sports, dude, for instance, like focus on this over here. Focus on this stupid shit that means nothing in your life at all except for camaraderie, the sense of camaraderie. And then we have this and that, which feeds on oxytocin because it's like we and them. Literally, because oxytocin is a bonding and pushing away hormone. It's not just a bonding, oh, I'm so connected. No, it's also like fucking the outsiders. We have outsiders. That's why you notice like people bond, you can bond over hating people. And then that'll put you together. Like, we both can agree that these people suck, so now we're better. That's oxytocin. That's part of what oxytocin does. What else is it? Yeah, man. Let's just go on with it. I don't know every single part of Jesus' story. I can't remember it all. But I've learned so much. I went to Christian school and all of this, whatever, did that. But the whole thing is insanely interesting if you read it the way that I am talking about. It's insanely interesting. And you look at it as just another story trying to explain life. And ultimately, it's a masterpiece. But, Revelation 21:7. Those who, whatever, endure everything, will inherit everything, overcometh, will inherit everything. And I will be their God, and they will be my son. 100%, bro.